Hi students, good morning. How are you? Are you doing well? Okay? Thank you. Now continuation of colligative properties. Before class I explained osmotic pressure. Nice concept. In objective exam purpose and intermediate exam point of view, osmotic pressure very important. So osmosis, osmotic pressure, one formula want of loss also complete. Osmotic pressure simple formula pi equal to CRT. Osmotic pressure pi equal to CRT or pi V equal to nRT. And isotonic solutions having same osmotic pressure at given temperature is known as isotonic solutions. Example, blood is isotonic with normal saline 0.9% W by V NaCl solution completed. And hypertonic solutions having higher osmotic pressure is known as hypertonic solutions. Solutions having lower osmotic pressure is known as hypotonic solutions. These are isotonic, hypertonic, hypotonic completed. Next one is reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis means when pressure higher than that of osmotic pressure. When pressure higher than that of osmotic pressure is applied on solution side, the flow of solvent from pure solvent from solution to pure solvent is known as through semi-permeable membrane is known as reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis means simply flow of solvent from pure solvent to solution. Reverse osmosis, the pressure higher than that of the osmotic pressure, the pressure higher than that of the osmotic pressure is applied on solution side. The flow of solvent from solution to pure solvent through semi-permeable membrane is known as reverse osmosis. The reverse osmosis process used in desalination of seawater. Now we will write definition. So, when pressure higher than that of osmotic pressure is applied on solution side, the flow of solvent from solution to pure solvent through semi-permeable membrane is known as reverse osmosis. When pressure higher than that of osmotic pressure is applied on solution side, the flow of solvent from solution to pure solvent through semi-permeable membrane is known as reverse osmosis. Generally, in osmosis means passage of solvent molecule from pure solvent to solution. That is osmosis. Reverse osmosis means the flow of solvent molecules from solution to pure solvent through semi-permeable membrane is known as reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is used in desalination of water. So reverse osmosis RO, reverse osmosis process used in desalination of water. Now I will draw the diagram. When pressure higher than that of osmotic pressure is applied on solution side, the flow of solvent from solution to pure solvent through semi-permeable membrane is known as reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis process used in desalination of water, seawater, desalination of seawater. It is a, so reverse osmosis. I will draw the diagram. Simply, it is a sea water. It is a fresh water. It is a SPM. SPM means semi-permeable membrane. A piston. Pressure is greater than that of osmotic pressure. Here, fresh water. Here, sea water. Semi-permeable membrane, like that. Here fresh water, here sea water. Here sea water, here fresh water. It is a example of reverse osmosis. Anyway, in reverse osmosis, the flow of solvent molecule from solution to pure solvent through semi-permeable membrane is known as reverse osmosis. The reverse osmosis process, the process used in desalination of seawater, desalination of seawater. It is a reverse osmosis. Okay, osmosis and osmotic pressure. Next, another one is plasmolysis. Plasmolysis means when a flow of liquid from plant cells when placed in hypertonic solutions. When placed in hypertonic solution, the plant cell undergoes shrinkage. The plant cell undergoes shrinkage. It is an example of, it is known as plasmolysis. It is an example of exosmosis. It is an example of exosmosis. So plasmolysis means when a flow of solvent, when a flow of liquid from plant cells when placed in hypertonic solutions is known as plasmolysis. Plasmolysis. The plant cells undergoes shrinkage. The plant cell undergoes shrinkage. It is an example of exosmosis. It is an example of exosmosis. It is a plasmolysis. Plasmolysis means when a flow of liquid from plant cells when placed in a hypertonic solutions, when placed in when a flow of liquid from plant cells when placed in a hypertonic solution, the plant cells undergoes shrinkage. Is known as shrinkage. It is known as plasmolysis. It is an example of Exoosmosis. Exo means outside. When a flow of liquid from plant cells when placed in a hypertonic solution, the plant cells undergo shrinkage. It is known as plasmolysis. Plasmolysis is example of exoosmosis. Exoosmosis. Simply hypertonic means higher concentrated, higher osmotic pressure solution. It is a plasmolysis. And another one is hemolysis. Hemolysis. Second one is hemolysis. Hemolysis. Hemolysis means, so plasmolysis means when a flow of liquid from plant cells when placed in a hypertonic solutions, the plant cells undergoes shrinkage. It is known as, the phenomenon is known as plasmolysis. It is an example of exoosmosis. Exo means outside. And another one is hemolysis. 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 Hemolysis means the plant cells placed in hypotonic solutions the solvent flow into the plant cells and finally plant cells burst. Plant cell finally burst. It is known as hemolysis. It is an example of endoosmosis. The plant cells placed in hypotonic solution. Hypo means lesser, lower osmotic pressure concentration, lower concentration. The plant cells placed in hypotonic solutions, the solvents flow into the plant cells. Solvent enter into the plant cell. Finally, plant cell bursts because more pressure. Finally, plant cells burst. It is known as hemolysis. It is an example of endoosmosis. Exoosmosis and endoosmosis. So plasmolysis is example of exoosmosis. So and hemolysis is example of endoosmosis. Exoosmosis and endoosmosis. It is a osmotic and osmotic pressure and osmosis process. Osmosis and osmotic pressure. And applications of osmosis. First one is applications of osmosis means plants take up water from soil through the phenomenon of osmosis from the root hairs or through root hairs. It is a one example applications of osmosis. Once again, applications of osmosis. First one is plants take up water from soil through phenomenon of osmosis. So through root hairs. It is example 1. Example 2. A raw mango placed in highly concentrated salt solution. It loses water via osmosis. Or through osmosis. The phenomenon is known as, which is called pickle. P-A-C-K-L-E. We are preparing in summer season mango pickles. That is example of osmosis. Once again, a raw mango placed in higher concentrated salt solution. salt solution, it loses water through osmosis, which is called pickle. It is example of osmosis process. It is example of osmosis process. So these are applications of osmosis. Next another one is osmotic pressure of mixture of two solutions. We know previous we have discussed mixture of two solutions, normality and molarity, like that. So osmotic pressure of mixture of two solutions. Here case 1. Case 1 means let a mixture of two solutions. Let a mixture of two solutions having same substance but different osmotic pressure. Let a mixture of two solutions having same substance but different osmotic pressure. The osmotic pressure of resulting solution can be calculated by one of the formula. Now I will write. Let a mixture of two solutions having same substance but different osmotic pressures. The resultant solution, different osmotic pressure means pi 1 comma pi 2. A different osmotic pressure, so pi 1 comma pi 2. The resultant solution, osmotic pressure can be calculated by formula pi r equal to pi 1 v1 plus pi 2 v2 by v1 plus v2. That is the formula. Let a mixture of two solutions having same substance but different osmotic pressures pi 1 comma pi 2. The resultant solution osmotic pressure can be calculated by pi r equal to pi 1 v1 plus pi 2 v2 by v1 plus v2. Here pi 1 means osmotic pressure of first solution, pi 2 means osmotic pressure of second solution, v1 means volume of the first solution, v2 means volume of second solution. Pi r means resultant solution osmotic pressure. Anyway, pi r equal to pi 1 v1 plus pi 2 v2 by v1 plus v2. So these are case 1. Case 1 means let a mixture of two solutions having same substance but different osmotic pressures. The resultant solution osmotic pressure can be calculated by pi r equal to pi 1 v1 plus pi 2 v2 by v1 plus v2. So resultant osmotic pressure. It is a case 1. Next case 2. Next case 2. If a mixture of two solutions having different substances and N1 and N2 number of moles and V1 and V2 volume respectively. Osmotic pressure of solution can be calculated by formula pi equal to N1 I1 plus N2 I2 by V1 plus V2 into ST. S means solution constant. Instead of S we are using ideal gas constant R value. Pi equal to N1 I1 plus N2 I2 by V1 plus V2 into ST. Here N1 and N2 means number of moles of first and second solutions, and okay, number of moles of first and second solution solutes. I1 and I2 Van 't Hoff factors. So I1 and I2 Van 't Hoff factors. Van 't Hoff factor for first solution, Van 't Hoff factor for second solution. They will give I1 and I2. So these are case 1 and case 2. So these are osmotic pressure calculation of two cases. First case and the second case. So these are osmotic pressure. So osmotic pressure pi. Okay. And another one is problems. So next class I will explain. Okay, here are different types of osmosis and osmotic pressure. Different types of osmosis and osmotic pressure. And another one is abnormal molar mass. Molar mass means molecular weight. Abnormal molar mass. Abnormal molar mass concept simply. Colligative properties are shown by dilute solutions. We know. Colligative properties are shown by dilute solutions. So next point. Solutions which obeys the Raoult's law are called ideal solutions. Solutions deviation in ideal solutions are known as solutions does not obey Raoult's law are called non-ideal solutions. Colligative properties and the molar mass of solute are inversely proportional to each other. Colligative properties and molar mass of solute inversely proportional to each other. Inversely proportional to each other. Next another one is in ideal solutions, intermolecular forces are in solutions are negligible, but non-ideal solutions intermolecular forces in solutions can be considered. So these are main points in abnormal molar mass. Abnormal molar means colligative properties are shown by dilute solutions. Solutions obeys Raoult's law are called ideal solutions. Does not obey Raoult's law are called non-ideal solutions. Colligative properties and molar mass of solute both are colligative properties and molar mass of solute inversely proportional to each other. In dilute solutions, intermolecular forces in solutions are negligible. In ideal solutions, intermolecular forces in solutions are negligible, but non-ideal solutions, intermolecular forces can be considered. So these are abnormal molar mass, and another one is want of factor. So want of factor I equal to want of proposed one of the factor want of factor. Generally want of factor I equal to the ratio of osmotic pressure of experimental value, osmotic pressure of calculated value. That means want of factor I. Here want of factor I means simply phi v equal to RT. Phi v equal to RT. These are calculated value. Phi v equal to IRT, experimental value. Here want of factor I equal to pi of experimental value by pi of calculated value. Simply the ratio of experimental value of qualitative property by calculated value of osmotic pressure or calculated value of qualitative property, that is a want of factor. So want of factor I equal to experimental osmotic pressure by calculated osmotic pressure. So that is a want of factor I. And another formula, want of factor I equal to, write down want of factor I equal to phi v equal to RT, phi v equal to RT, phi v equal to IRT. Here I means want of factor. Want of factor I equal to experimental value of osmotic pressure by calculated value of osmotic pressure. These are simply. I will write another formula. Want of factor I equal to experimental value of qualitative property by calculated value of qualitative property, or I equal to observed osmotic pressure by calculated osmotic pressure by observed osmotic pressure by calculated osmotic pressure. Anyway, want of factor I equal to experimental value of the ratio, simple definition. Want of factor I equal to the ratio of experimental value of qualitative property and calculated value of qualitative property, or simply want of factor I equal to the ratio of observed osmotic pressure and calculated osmotic pressure, that is want of factor. So by using want of factor we can calculate degree of dissociation and association. Dissociation means ionization, breaking. Association means forming. By using want of factor we can calculate degree of dissociation or association. Now so want of factor I. First one is solute dissociation or ionization. If a solute in a solution undergoes dissociation or ionization, gives n ions, small n ions. Now I will give formula. If a solute in a solution undergoes dissociation due to n ions. N means number of moles of ions or particles. So your formula A of n equivalent to n of A. A of n equivalent to n of A. Here number of moles initial 1, here 0. Number of moles after dissociation. Very, very important point. I will give one formula. Number of moles initial, number of moles after dissociation. Here 1 minus alpha, n alpha. Alpha means n ions and degree of dissociation alpha. Degree of dissociation alpha or dissociation. Here 1 minus initial number of moles initial 1, here 0. Next number of moles after dissociation 1 minus alpha, here n alpha. After that total number of particles after dissociation. Total number of particles after dissociation equal to 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. Simply I am writing here 1 plus n minus 1 alpha. 1 minus alpha plus n alpha, simply 1 plus n minus 1 alpha. Okay. Solute undergoes two process, dissociation or association. Dissociation is breaking. If a solute in solution undergo dissociation due to n ions and degree of dissociation alpha, A of n equal to n of A. These are dissociation. Okay, n ions are formed. Number of moles initial 1, 0. We know according to equilibrium concept. Number of moles after dissociation 1 minus alpha, n alpha. Alpha means dissociation break. 1 minus alpha, n alpha. Okay. Total number of particles after dissociation equal to 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. That means simply I am writing 1 plus n minus alpha. Anyway, Van 't Hoff factor. Next one is Van 't Hoff factor. Van 't Hoff factor I equal to number of particles after dissociation by number of particles before dissociation. I equal to number of particles after dissociation total. Number of particles after dissociation. So total number of particles. So Van 't Hoff factor equal to total number of particles. Total number of particles. Total number of particles after dissociation. That means 1 plus n minus 1 alpha by initial how many? Initial means only 1 consider. Simply I equal to 1 plus n minus 1 alpha. Next alpha equal to I minus 1 by alpha equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. That is a very, very important degree of dissociation. If a solute undergoes dissociation. Finally, degree of dissociation alpha equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. That is very important. Simply, degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation alpha equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. These are very important. For objective point of view, very important. Here alpha means degree of dissociation. Here I means Van't-Hoff factor. Here n means number of particles produced by one molecule of a solute. Here n equal to number of particles. I equal to Van't-Hoff factor. Write down point. I equal to Van't-Hoff factor. I equal to Van't-Hoff factor. N equal to number of particles. For example, NaCl, how many particles? 2. NaCl, n value 2. BaCl to n value 3. Aluminum sulfate, n value how much? 3. Sorry, 5. Aluminum sulfate, number of particles 5. So, degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation alpha equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. Here I equal to Van't-Hoff factor. N equal to number of particles. Number of particles. So, degree of dissociation. Next. Actually, derivation no need. Remembering formula. Derivation your wish, but remembering this formula for problems very important. Solute undergoes association. Association means forming. If a solute in solution undergoes association, forms n moles of A. Forms AN. Degree of association alpha. In this case, I am taking n of A of n. Number of moles initial. Here 1 0. Number of moles after association. Here 1 minus alpha by n. Alpha by 1. Here 1 minus alpha, here alpha by 1. Total number of particles after association, that equal to 1 minus alpha plus alpha by n. In this case, next before an convert to na, here na convert to an 1 0, 1 minus alpha by 1. Next one is Van't-Hoff factor. Van't-Hoff factor I equal to, we know, total number of particles. Total number of particles after association by number of particles before association. Before association, that means simply one minus I equal to 1 minus 1 alpha plus alpha by n by 1. Simply I equal to 1 minus alpha plus alpha by n. We want alpha equal to I minus 1 by I minus 1 by 1 by n minus 1. Simply, or another formula, alpha equal to 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 by n. Anyone correct? That is a degree of association. It is a degree of association. Degree of association. Degree of dissociation, degree of association. Alpha means degree of association here. Alpha equal to I minus 1 by I minus 1 by 1 by n minus 1, or alpha equal to 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 by n. So these are I means want of factor n equal to number of particles. Number of particles. So degree of dissociation, degree of association. Degree of dissociation means alpha equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. Don't forget remembering these formulas. Very important. Derivation your wish, but compulsory for problems is required. Degree of dissociation formula, if solute undergoes dissociation, alpha equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. Degree of dissociation. First case and second case, n means number of particles, alpha means degree of dissociation or association. First case alpha means degree of dissociation, second case alpha means degree of association. I means want of factor, want of factor. N means number of particles. Okay, degree of dissociation. And another one is once again, degree of dissociation. Alpha equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. Very important. Next, degree of association. Alpha equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1, or 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 by n. So these are formulas, very very important. Degree of dissociation, degree of association. If solute undergoes dissociation, I is greater than to 1, very important. If solute undergoes association, I is less than to 1. If solute neither dissociation nor association, I equal to 1. That is three cases. So if solute undergoes dissociation, I is greater than to 1, I means want of factor. If solute undergoes association, I is less than to 1. If solute neither dissociation nor association, I equal to 1. So these are three cases. Okay, I is greater than to 1. In this case, solute undergoes dissociation. If I is less than to 1, if solute undergoes association. If solute neither dissociation nor association, I equal to 1. These are three cases. And another one is, write down these points. Degree of dissociation formula, alpha equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1. Here n means number of particles, I means want of factor. And degree of association, alpha equal to I minus 1 by n minus 1, or 1 minus I by 1 minus 1 by n. So these are degree of dissociation, degree of association. Next, I am taking salt, want half factor for complete dissociation of solute. Salt want half factor for complete dissociation of a solute. For example, NaCl. Here want how many particles? So 2. That means like that. Okay, next. BaCl2. 3 particles like that. Next. Aluminum chloride. 4. Aluminum sulfate. 5. Like that. NaCl2, BaCl2, 3 particles. Aluminum chloride, 4. Aluminum sulfate, 5. So these are want of factor for complete dissociation of a solute. Like that. This is one of the tabular form. Here salt like that. NaCl2. Generally NaCl particles 2. NaCl2, aluminum chloride 4, and another one is aluminum sulfate 5, magnesium chloride 3. They are barium chloride also. So want of factor for complete dissociation of a solute. So these are want of factor, and another one is want of factor, degree of dissociation and association. And want of factor is related with colligative properties. Want of factor interrelated with colligative properties. So colligative properties means how many? 4. Relative lowering of vapor pressure, elevation of boiling point, depression freezing point, and the last one is osmotic pressure. And one point I forgot, osmotic pressure can be determined by one of the method, Berkeley-Hartley method. Osmotic pressure pi, osmotic pressure determined by Berkeley-Hartley method. Berkeley-Hartley method. H-A-R-T-E-L-Y. Berkeley-Hartley method. So note this point. Osmotic, that point before I forgot. Osmotic pressure determined by Berkeley-Hartley method. H-A-R-T-E-L-Y. Osmotic pressure determined by Berkeley-Hartley method. So want of factor related with want of factor I. So want of factor I related with colligative properties. Want of factor I related with colligative properties. Colligative properties are how many types? 4 types. RLVP. Second one is elevation of boiling point. Third one is depression freezing point. Last one is osmotic pressure. Want of factor is related with 4 colligative properties. First one is simply here RLVP equal to molarity of the solution. Simply, so molarity of the solution. RLVP equal to relative lowering vapor dilute solution, mole fraction of the solute in the solution. That means so excess. Excess means mole fraction of solute. Simply here RLVP equal to I into excess. This is our first case. X means mole fraction of the solute. Second, delta TB equal to I into Kb into m. That is a second. On third, delta TF equal to I into KF into M. That is a third case. Last case, pi equal to ICRT. That is a fourth case. These are simply colligative property is related with different types of colligative property is related with Quanta factor. First one is RLVP equal to I into XS. Second, elevation of volume and delta dV equal to I into KB into M. Delta TF equal to third one is I into KF into M. Osmotic pressure simply pi equal to CRT. We can use I pi equal to ICRT. So these are colligative properties with related with Quanta factor. So these are colligative properties and abnormal molar mass, osmosis and osmotic pressure. So these are in solution topic different types of concepts. Okay. Maximum concept completed. Problems is there. Next class onwards I will give problems. Compulsory. So many problems is there in IIT level, in NEET for NEET and IIT G and advanced level for objective point of view. Very problems very important. Next tomorrow onwards I will give problems. Okay. Remembering all formulas. Dear students, my dear students, what I am saying, listen my point, my opinion. I am giving some points. Don't forget formulas in solution lesson, very important. Remembering all formulas, especially colligative properties, very important for IP and objective. For objective point of view, colligative properties very important. Next class I will give some problems. We will discuss problems next class. Okay. So these are Quanta factor related with colligative properties. Okay students, my dear students, thank you for all.